Yes, I guess you are doing good and trading is going well. That is wonderful. I'm happy to come your way with this video that I promised you last week concerning the genesis of Forex trading. It is very important. So in my videos, I have a way of explaining things and I have a way of putting more pressure on the Forex traders that I know. And then also, especially my students, I have a way of hitting them up because you see, I've been telling people that if you want to be successful in Forex trading, you must have the mindset of a trader. You must have the mindset of a winner. You must have the mindset of a financial financial analyst. It is very important that when you want to go far in the Forex trading or you want to go far in any form of business, you create the right mindset and you use that mindset to hit the market the way it should. The reason why a lot of traders don't go far in their Forex career is because they approach Forex with the wrong mindset. And I keep on saying it and I keep on hitting it in all my videos that if you approach Forex trading with the mindset of a gambler, you always fail in the Forex industry. It is logic and it is very simple. Now, many are traders, or let's say, for instance, many are planning to join the forex industry or they're already in the industry who do not know what forex trading is all about. All they know is to take their position and then to wait to and the way to get something out of the market. Yeah, it is fine, but that is a way of gambling. And when you gamble, I'm telling you today, you get it, tomorrow you're not going to get it because you do not have any pattern that can make you a profitable trader. You do not have any pattern that can make you successful continually. So you realize that today someone can make about $100. Tomorrow you blow the account of $500. You make another $150. You blow an account, and that's what keep on going because traders don't want to discipline themselves and give themselves to learning. Whenever you want to be successful in any field or any career, you give yourself to constant learning. You give yourself to constant learning. Constant learning is what is going to help you become what you're supposed to be. So in this video, I'm going to give you the genesis of Forex trading, where we started from, where we got into, and where we are going. Is that okay? So keep connected. Please share the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am Oli Forex. Subscribe to it because the content is going to help you and help people to also get in touch with my videos. All right, okay. Now, what is Forex trading? Forex trading is a financial market that gives the opportunity and the chance to traders or people to buy and sell forex currency, and not only currency, but any form of commodity indices and energy on anything. It helps you trade. Okay, so as a platform, okay, it's a platform that gives us the chance to trade on the global market. That is forex trading. All right, now when you check the history of forex trading, we can relate as in where it started from. Okay, now any forex trader must be a little bit, must give himself. I'm not saying that you should be at the university, you should go and study finance or whatever before you become a trader. No, but what I'm saying is that sorry, it's too early. I'm just trying to put up this video so that at least I can rest a little. Sorry, I can trade, so I don't want to take my trading hours, so I'm just trying to be very careful. All right, now in primary and then GHS and all this, since you thought about the barter trade, And then we are told how our parents used to exchange goods and all this and before to get what they want. So let's say, for instance, someone has maybe let's say, for instance, firewood, and another one has let's say goods. They can exchange. Okay, that is at that time. That's what they used to do, to exchange and they cater for themselves, and that was their currency. But you realize that right from that time, our mode of exchange has been having challenges and issues up to this era. And that is what I'm explaining, and that's what I want you to understand, that what the world is going through right now did not begin today. It started many, many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. And day in, day out, you are trying to find solution to those problems. You are trying to recover. You are trying, and you are still trying. So you understand at the end of this video, that where we are right now, what the world is going through, inflation everywhere and all this is not starting today, but started many years ago. So the world is after a solution, and I believe that in about 100 years or 50 years, the world will be able to come up with a global conclusion on a currency that is going to help and then favor everyone. Now, when they started doing those trade and exchanging their things, they started encountering problem and challenges. The problem was that, let's say, for instance, you having this, and how do you call it, a pack of let's say, for instance, a bag of cocoa, and the other one has a bag of orange, and maybe let's say, for instance, the one who has a bag of cocoa, one a bag of orange, and you get it, like one who has the orange says, look, I already have a bag of cocoa, so I do not need the cocoa bag anymore. So the one who has the cocoa bag cannot get the orange because it has already been stopped, and because the other partner already has the goods, so there's no need and there's no way it's going to accept his. You understand? So that is how the challenges in the forex economy, or the forex market, or let's say, for instance, in the financial system, started developing. And after that, they decided to go on, and then they created a system where they decided to have some unique items like the salts as a mode of exchange. So the salt also started generating problem, because it was very difficult to store the salt. It was very difficult to preserve the salt. And they started having some challenges with the salt. And they decided to let's move with gold. So the gold, you're going to use gold as our means of exchange. So it means that the gold is going to be packaged in such a way that people can use it as their means of exchange. After using the gold for some time, they realized that they were having some challenges also with the gold. What are some of the challenges? Some of the challenges were, number one, it was difficult to carry the gold, dangerous to travel with the gold, and then also they realized that people were faking the gold, as in they were melting the gold and putting it around stones and rocks and other things to make it look like it was real gold. So they were having problem with the gold, and they decided to just drop the gold and then find another solution to that. And what was that solution? The solution was that, okay, guys, we are going to now create a note. And the note that we are going to create, let me share my whiteboard. Okay, I'm sharing my whiteboard. Okay, let's go to currency. Let me share it, and then I'll explain a little bit to you. Okay, I'm sharing my whiteboard. So let's say first they decided to create a note. Okay, decided to create a note, and they call it IOU. Sorry, I'm not good at it, but I'm trying my best. So they decided to call it IOU. So the note IOU that was created, they said, okay, fine. This building is going to have unique IOU. Another building was going to have unique IOU. And another building also was going to have its unique AOU. Okay, so that is how it was created. And then they were like, okay, what we're going to do is that you come, you deposit your gold, and they give you one piece of what? ROU. So when they give you the ROU, you can travel to wherever you're going and then buy any item with the ROU notes. You can buy any item with the ROU note. Now, when you buy the item with the ROU note, the one that has the ROU note can come back to the bank and redeem your ROU. Let's say, for instance, if it's about 100 kilometers or 500 kilometers or 10,000 kilometers away, the person can only redeem his ROU from your bank where your gold is, not any other place apart from that. So that is what they were doing, and so on and so on. Then they realized that they were having some challenges also with the ROU, because how then can I come all the way to a place to buy something and then travel back to this and how to call it, the original source to get my ROU? So you realize that it was becoming a very big challenge, and they said, wow, then this is going to be an issue. So some years later, okay, around 1775, how do you call it? They decided to come out with a total conclusion on that. They decided to come with a unique notes, how to call it, which was the first currency in the United States. They decided to come with unique note, and they said, okay, fine, guys, we are not going to accept this ROU anymore because it's bringing a lot of confusion, it's bringing too much disorder. So what we are going to do is that the ROU, we are not going to accept it anymore. This unique notes, that's what we are going to use in the whole country and all that. So they started using the note. That was the first US dollar currency, the US currency. They started using it and using it and using it, and they realized that no, after the First World War, they realized that they needed money to also for military equipment, they needed money to construct roads, they needed to, because note, how do you call it, the note that they brought was backed by gold. So before you can have any note, you have to back it with gold. So the gold was their reserve. So after some time, they realized that they needed money to construct their road and then equip their militaries and all this. So they needed more money. They needed to print more money. And it was a very big issue, because how were they going to print more money when the laws or the rules is that it should be backed by gold? So they decided to remove that policy. They decided to remove that law. And they said, okay, look, guys, print more money, print more note. We needed to construct our road, and we needed to construct our things. So they started, the order was given, and they started printing, and so on, and so on, and so on. So later it became, they were like, okay, look, every country should have its notes. Every country should create its unique note that globally we are going to recognize. So all the countries started having their own currency. They started printing their own currency. And they said, look, for us to be able to control all this, we need to have some banks, okay, what we call the central banks, to regulate and then monitor all the notes that are circulating in the system. And I said, look, but there's note, we cannot just print note just like that. If not, the note is not going to be having value. So what we need to do is to have a currency that can stand in as a witness to those notes. And they voted and they chose what? The US dollar. So the US dollar is the world reserve currency. So they started using the US dollar as back to print their currency. You know, I've come to some years ago, I was confused. I was like, why our country is going so much through so much? Why our countries struggling so much in their finances when they can just print their notes? But now I've come to realize that no, it's not possible to print those things because it's being backed by the US dollar. That is why the US dollar is being used everywhere you go in this world. Any country you visit, you can still use the US dollar because the US dollar is the reserve currency. Is that okay? All right. So now they started with the dollar. This then all the countries started printing their currency, and things were moving on well. Things were moving on well, properly moving on well, properly moving on well. Then they started a country in this and how to call it another challenge, and the challenge was simply as this. Let's say, for instance, two different countries, because now we have the different currency. So before you come from here to this country, let's say, for instance, US, and let's say here, let's say Canada. Okay. So from US, if you are traveling to Canada with, let's say, for instance, $100, okay, let's say for instance with $100, okay, you are from US, you are traveling to Canada with $100, you get to US, you get to Canada, you don't use the money, you travel back to the United States, and you realize that the money has reduced, and the money is no more 100, but rather it becomes what? It becomes $80. And you ask yourself, what happened? I entered Canada with my money. I did not use it, and then I'm returning, the money is gone. What is happening? Why am I left with $80? Now, the $80 were the charges, they were the transfer or the transfer or the exchange fee. Is that okay? So they decided to go through that system. They said, okay, fine. All the countries, before they travel and all this, and they need what you call to change their money. Okay, they need to change their money because you cannot use your money in another country. Okay, so it is very important that you know much about those things. It will help you understand much more about it will help you understand much more and a lot about forex trading. Okay, because it will help you appreciate, okay, the currency, okay, and it will help you also know the news behind them. Okay, it will help you know the news behind them, which is important. Okay, so they started using a medium of what? Exchange. Okay, they started using medium of exchange to this is how to change their currencies and all this is. So later we started to, as I said, have the central banks and all this, and we had the Bank of England in 1964. Okay, and then they came with their notes and all this, and so all the countries started having their this and how to call their system. Okay, and then they came out with their short codes. Some of them, the USD, the CAD, and the CHF, and all of them came with their short code, their value, or some people do call it the ISO and all this. Okay, they came with their currency value. So how was it going to be done? All right, now they decided to now change the currency through the interbank system. So meaning that you have to use the interbank system to be able to change your currency if you want to change your currency. But the bank system alone cannot handle all these things because it demands a lot, billions and trillions of dollars, and the cedis and the naira and then all these things into that system. It was becoming too much. Okay, it was becoming too much. So this decided to just transfer the medium to some institutions. Okay, some institutions like Thompson and those things, to be able to operate in that dimension. Okay, to be able to also help them and operate like the banks. Okay, And still those institutions also started having problems because the work is coming too much. Okay, what about those who are having the $1 and the $2 who like to exchange it? What are they going to do? So they decided they put up a system called the players. Okay, the player system, this and how is made up of FS dealers, is made up of other large participants, it's made up of forex brokers, okay, the retail ACN, and then that's where some of us are. Okay, now those things, they decided to have what we call the brokers. Okay, the brokers, they have a platform, like the platform that they how to call it, give us a chance and the right to also sell and then exchange our currencies. Sorry. So they gave them the medium to be able to sell and then exchange their currencies. Okay, so they said, okay, look, you guys, you are brokers. The broker, who is a broker? The broker is the intermediate, okay, the intermediate, sorry, because of the French, the intermediate between the trader and the market. Okay, now the brokers, we have what you call the regulated brokers. The regulated brokers are the people that are be given the license to operate like the market. They are the people that are be given the authority and the right to operate like the market. They are the regulated brokers. Okay, and we have people that operate like the market themselves. They are not regulated. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you move to that dimension. Okay, now what they do is that they decided to create platforms. Okay, you create your platform and then you and I trade on their platform. Okay, you buy the currency at low price and you sell them at a high price. That is how it is, and that is what you call forex trading. Okay, so to be able to do well in that dimension, you need to really move with the news. The news cover about 75% of the forex. I didn't know about all this. And so in the beginning, my journey with Forex, or my journey for trading, I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a lot and I did a lot of nasty things because I did not know how the market was going to operate. But I've come to the realization that the news is very important because the news move the pairs. So you as a trader, you have to be careful and you have to make sure that as you are trading, you trade the proper way, you trade the professional way, you trade the executive way. Is that okay? So in conclusion, that is the history about the currency, the genesis of currency. So we realize that the world is never okay. We are still looking for means and way of solving the world financial problem. And that's what keep on going. The currency keep dropping and rising, keep dropping and rising, dropping and rising. Keep dropping and rising, keep dropping and rising, keep dropping and rising. And these are some of the things that you and I, how do you call it? These are some of the things that you and I need to have at the back of our mind. You and I need to understand that, look, this economy is going to crash one day. And then we need to really, and then I'll find a proper time and I'll teach you, I'll explain to you why you should follow on Bitcoin and why you should buy the Bitcoin. It's very important. Okay. So guys, it's time to trade. So I really appreciate your time and I really appreciate your this and how do you call it, your love for my page and then also my brand. Keep on sharing, keep on liking, keep on this and how do you call it, subscribing to the pages. And you can find me on YouTube, on Facebook, and I'm also on YouTube. You can call my line on 054-727-5879. That's my personal line, and I believe that whatever help you need in the forest industry, I'll be able to provide by the grace of God. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and trade safe. Bye.